Hey, first grade friends! This week we are jumping back into informative writing where we are going to be teaching our readers some facts that we've learned from the text Canada. So let's take a look at our writing prompt. It says, in Canada, we learned how to use text features to better understand the text. Notice, friends, how we've got tons of text features in our blue ELA spiral, if you would like to review them to help you better understand your nonfiction text. It says select one section from Canada. Write an informative paragraph to tell two facts. Two facts. So those are true statements that we learned from that section. So as I read that prompt, friends, and I see that I have to pick from one section of the text, I'm automatically thinking that I need to go back to one of my favorite text features, which is my table of contents. So here is my table of contents. If you're in your blue ELA spiral, friends, it is on page 116. Got cut off a little bit. On page 116, and here's my table of contents. Now remember that your table of contents, it's kind of like your menu. When you go to the restaurant, you're not sure what you want, you can look at the menu and see what categories of food they offer. Well, the table of contents does something similar. It shows us exactly what sections or chapters we're going to have in our text and the page number it starts on. So I'm going to review the sections that are in this text, and I'm going to choose one that is the most interesting to me. So I can choose where is it, starts on page 4, people, starts on page 6, land, oh, that starts on page 8. Oh, I remember reading about the land, and there's lots of different landforms. I might want to do that. Let me keep seeing what we've got. Animals starts on page 10. Celebrations starts on page 12. Then they've got a conclusion where they wrap it up, and a glossary, which is like that mini dictionary in the back. I think that I want to write about the land. So I'm going to circle or highlight that section on my table of contents, and then I'm going to actually turn to it. What page should we turn to, friends? If you said page 8, kiss your brain. We're going to turn to page 8 in the text. And I'm going to take a look at this section. This is the section I chose, land. Here's my section of text. And I want to find at least two facts here that I can use in my informative or teaching paragraph. Let's reread and see if we can find and highlight or underline two facts that we can teach. Let's see, land. We read our heading first. Notice we've got a nice map up here, which shows us the regions or the parts of Canada. It says, Canada has many different landforms. In the west are rows of steep mountains. Here are those mountains. Then there are flat or rolling plains. Oh, I wonder if those plains are right here where it says interior plains. A high flat area with thousands of lakes is in the middle. Ooh, they got thousands of lakes in here, friends. Not just one or two lakes, thousands of lakes. That's a pretty cool fact. So I actually caught a couple different facts in here. I heard, or I read, that Canada has many different landforms. I think I want to teach my reader that. I think I want them to know that Canada isn't just all flat. They've got steep mountains. They do have those flat or rolling plains, and they even have thousands of lakes. That's interesting information for my reader. I'm going to turn the page because I know this section on land continues. And I have another text feature here, some photographs that give me even more information. You'll notice that we know what a mountain looks like by looking at this photograph. It comes up to a peak. Ooh, we've got oceans on either side. Oh, here's what a plane is. Not an airplane like you're flying an airplane in the sky, folks. A plane is that low, flat land, so I might want to include a picture of what a plane is. And then here's those lakes. Thousands of lakes, friends. So I've got these ideas about what I want to teach my reader. I know I want to teach my reader about the land in Canada and tell my reader that Canada has different landforms, including mountains and rolling plains. And I think I also want to teach them that there are thousands of lakes. And as I'm thinking about my teaching picture, I'm going to use these photographs of the different landforms to help me. I'm going to draw a picture of a mountain, and I'm also going to draw a picture of a plane. Not an airplane like you get in the airplane to go to Disney World. A plain like the flat land. So now I'm going to turn to my writing task page. This is on page 129 if you're inside of your blue ELA spiral. And I'm going to start drawing or sketching that teaching picture. Now remember, friends, I always start with regular pencil because why? Why should you always start with regular pencil, friends? If you said because if you make a mistake, you can just erase it, kiss your brain, you are absolutely correct. So I want to show that Canada has different landforms. I think I'm going to separate my teaching picture box into two, and I'm going to show the mountain on one side and the plains on the other. So let's see, mountains I know come up to a peak. Here's some mountains. And I know that Canada also gets pretty cold, so these mountains are going to have some snow on the top. And I can go back and color this in realistically later. I'm going to label it because we know that labels are also text features that help our reader to better understand our text. I'm going to add some arrows. Mountains. If I wasn't sure how to spell mountains, guess what you could do? Just go back to your text, friends. They labeled their mountain, so guess what? We're going to label ours too. Mountain. Now I want to add the plains, those flat lands, P-L-A-I-N, with that digraph A-I. So this is just going to be grassy. Flat, 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 flat. And I'll go back in and I'll add some more realistic green grass. I think I'll put some clouds in the sky so we know that this is outside. And I think I'll put the sun as well. I'll go back and color that in more realistically with my colored pencils in just a second. And I'm going to label this plains. Arrows. Make sure you have that label so people know what you're trying to teach them. And look, I've just completed a teaching picture. I'm going to go back in and color it realistically, but my prompt said to select one section from Canada. I did. I chose a section about land and write a paragraph to tell 2 facts that I learned. Well, some facts that I learned are that they have mountains and plains and thousands of lakes. So that means tomorrow I can go back and start writing those new facts or pieces of information that I learned to then teach my reader. So go ahead and make your way back to your table of contents, friends. If you're in your blue ELA spiral, it's on page 116. Decide which section you want to write about, and then find your facts.